believe so. We're gonna find out here in a minute when we get live, and I can test audio and shit. Oh,
I just saw my face bounce.
that doesn't mean anything.
Shit.
Okay.
What is going on? Live to offline. I'm. Okay.
The internet cannot handle our raw power.
I don't know. I think it's my computer. My computer is getting kind of old. So.
Oof.
Well, you've been crashing a lot on Power World, so. Well, you've been crashing a lot on Power World, so. Well, maybe those crashes are finally bugging your computer out.
I mean, my computer is kind of old anyway. My computer is kind of old anyway. My computer is kind of old anyway. So, can I have one of you guys talk, please?
Talk.
Can I have one of you guys talk, please?
Talk.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure that it's everyone's volume is loud enough in. Actually, I should have one of you guys do this. Can one of you guys tune into stream and make sure that our volumes are loud enough for me? That way I can adjust as needed. I think we're okay, and if anybody else
once the commercial ends.
Yeah, and
testing 1 2 3.
And if there's anybody in chat, anyone else in chat who can say anything to us, that would be fantastic.
Okay, it's coming through, and we are definitely loud.
We are? Okay.
I mean, compared to you, yeah.
Okay, well,
You're like the most mellow voice, and then we're just like, blah!
Okay. I turned you guys back down again, so you guys should be closer into my audio range. Should be, but...
Testing.
Yeah, I don't know what else to tell you.
Oh, yeah, that's much better.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe lower Rona a lot more, just to be sure.
I might. I would have
down to 1%. Lower.
I have to adjust him in Discord at that point. So let's just turn.
It's because I'm special.
Let's turn him down.
I have the loudest voice.
Let's turn him down to 100% and see how that does.
Wait, you had me jacked up that high?
You were at 149 for some reason.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Not the same as his name.
Impressive.
I don't know. I feel like all of my settings on my computer like completely got fucked up lately.
Maybe possibly.
It's probably due to the crashes from It's probably due to the crashes from like from me playing Power World and stuff. In all honesty,
like I just said.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like my stuff resetting. I don't know about like the computer being malfunctioning or whatever. I think it's just because it's old. Okay. You guys can hear us now. So
we're good.
That was 20 minutes of unnecessary anxiety and stress. So
now let's play anxiety and stress the game.
I mean, I have no anxiety or stress in this game, but you guys might. Speaking of you guys, who remembers what happened last time?
Nothing.
Nothing happened?
Perfect.
We
you just volunteer yourself.
Oh, fair enough. I'll shut up then.
Asta, thank you so much for doing the recap this week. What happened last time?
Here.
I heard here.
Asta's not here.
Let me see if I can adjust the mic.
Can I take a message?
Asta's not here.
Nope.
There's only one of us here who knows that spell, and that's me. Sorry.
Asta, get your butt over here and give us the recap. You're the one who spoke up.
We're just joshing you.
Oh, I had it in omnidirectional.
There are no Joshes here.
Okay, now stop deep throating it.
What?
What?
Oh. How's this?
That's better. All right. for real though, if Asa does not want to do the recap, I'm not going to force her to do the recap. Who would like to do the recap?
I can do it. I've skipped a few weeks.
What?
So previously in the world of Mundus,
We
had wrapped up our
combat.
Let me backpedal just a little bit.
Did I
The
do one
outpost of Colophon had been
last week?
breached into from the mines by a single mind flayer and his squad of lackeys, and they started slaughtering civilians and whatnots and workers that were trying to clear the tunnels to those mines so that we could get through. We mopped them up, put out some fires that were caused in some nearby buildings during the battle, and around that time, the soldiers finally showed up to set up a perimeter and defenses and whatnot, just in case more of them decided to come through later. And
Hey, Blinds, just so that you're aware, you're not on push to talk.
I'm aware.
Okay.
She had her feet on my hair.
I'm
And
just
her knees were bending backwards.
anyways. So Valinar crafted them a Spirit Guardian's hand grenade, the Holy Hand Grenade, as a just-in-case precaution while we're away. Then we headed into the mines and went looking, trying to find our way back to the Illithid the Illithid city, deep within the mines, and came across a group of enemies, which are just off screen here, up to the north. We had slayed them all. And that was pretty much it.
And then we rested because
Yeah,
we kind of got fucked
we
up.
began resting.
yes, you have begun the resting process, and the reason why I say it that way is because things could happen, which means
And one really high note from last time, and I still have the screenshot as proof, was when I managed to shake myself free of stun immediately after saying, the only way I'm going to ever get free of this condition is if I roll 2 nat 20s, because I have disadvantage and negatives on everything. And I rolled 2 nat 20s.
fair enough.
Don't believe me? Watch the previous stream.
This is true. So, that being said, is there going to be a watch order? Or are you going to just rely on Tim?
We're probably gonna have a watch order.
Then what would that order be?
Denock, I don't think. Before I say anything, yeah, Denock didn't get too messed up, so he's fine with whatever people think is the worst watch.
I could volunteer for a watch, but I'm not sure that's a good idea considering my condition right now.
Valinar will take whatever watch he needs to. He's not too bad. He's not great.
So we had already triggered long rest last week, so
I mean, I specifically said not to, so that's it.
I didn't hear you say not to. So
I mean, I mean, honestly, it may not be anything, but
You never
you know
know.
what? Xenos will take a watch.
okay.
So we've got 3. Will Cardin take a watch?
I think Carden got knocked out in the last fight.
Hey,
He
Asta.
got very fucked in the last fight.
Asta's pretty much fresh as a daisy.
So we'll watch everyone.
That's the hope, right? Okay. So, I'm imagining since Tim doesn't need to sleep, Tim is just going to give advantage to everybody's watch list, okay?
Yeah, pretty much.
So, if we have Denock, Valinar, Asta, and Xenos, why don't we just start with the display order and go left to right? So why don't we just start with Xenos, then Valinar, Denoc, and then Asta? Does that sound okay with you guys?
That works.
Okay.
Okay. So then Xenos, if you would, as you guys are trying to take this long watch in this cave, can you make a perception check for me with advantage?
Why is it not letting me roll perception?
You
Oh,
tell
that's
me.
my passive.
Because you're not perceptive enough.
I was pressing my passive perception and not my.
That's how perceptive he is.
There's a reason why they're called the blinds, guys.
18.
18. Good to know. Okay.
I'm going to use my pretty flower dice.
I will say... hold on. I actually gotta take care of something really quick. We're gonna just... How do I do that again? I can't remember. Oops, not what I wanted. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there we go. That'll do. Alright. 18. Nothing seems to go wrong with your watch. As you spend some time sleeping and watching, Tim doesn't really do anything, but eventually your watch ends and you go and wake up Valinar, who is snoring on mic. I mean, on...
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, I don't know why, but your microphone was picking up you breathing tonight.
What the heck? What the hell is going on?
I don't know.
We're all wondering that. Today is fucked.
Ooh, it's a weird day.
Yes, it is. So, Valinar,
Yes.
it is your watch. If you would, please roll a perception check with advantage for me.
Boop-a-doop. 13.
13? Okay. How far is your dark vision again?
300 feet.
Okay. I would say after probably about halfway through your watch, you hear coming kind of down the tunnel where Tim is standing, just this kind of faint like of rock kind of trickling through, and as you look down that way, you can see like a kind of like a tall, thin, kind of slender figure, kind of humanoid but crunched and like, or kind of hunched over and almost walking on almost dragging its like front arms that are kind of elongated, and as it looks down towards you, it stops when you look up at it, and it's probably close to 120, 150 feet away from you at the moment, and it just stares at you for a minute.
Question: is it? Does it have a suit? Does it have a white face? Underground Slumberman.
You are asleep. But
I know.
Valinar can just kind of faintly make out the shape of the creature, as it kind of stands there watching for a minute. Do you do anything, Valinar?
Can I tell if it's like eyeing us as prey or if it's...
I'll say make an insight check.
Insight! I'm good at insight. 23.
23, yeah. It does not see you as food, it more or less sees you as a curiosity. As in, you are not something it expected to see down here, and let alone it wasn't expecting you to see it. And after, like, holding eye contact with you for probably a solid 45 seconds, it blinks and vanishes from your sight. Like, the eyes that are kind of like just like off-white in the darkness fade away, and you lose track of the creature entirely.
We're just gonna quickly do this.
See invisibility? Yeah. You're like, oh no. And you continue to look down the tunnel. You don't see anything.
Oh, hell. Okay. What?
Beyond,
You know what? We're just not gonna think about that right now.
beyond,
We'll just warn the next guy.
yeah. Beyond that, your watch goes without an issue.
Cool.
And you wake up Denoch.
I want to check something. Oh, okay. But how long are our watches?
There's 4 of you. So call it 2 hours-ish.
Okay.
I mean, it's like 2 hours and some change, just because technically everyone needs roughly 8 hours of sleep. So watches sleep schedules end up being a little bit more than 8 hours total. But that's just so that everybody can get the full 8 hours.
Okay. So when I go to wake up Denoch, I'm gonna tell him about the creature, and then I'm gonna use Eyes of the Night to give him dark vision for 300 feet for an hour.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And then go to bed.
Easy enough to do. Denoch, is there anything you would like to do during your watch, or would you like to just roll perception?
I want him. Okay. I want him to explore the area it was, which was south of us, or where?
Yeah, south.
So Tim is basically going to come down here in the ethereal plane.
Okay.
So he is not seen by mortal eye.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an investigation check for Tim.
Just to make sure it is known. Tim can see into the material plane when he is in the ethereal.
Yep.
You know, just making sure people know why he's doing this, how he can still do it.
It's like invisibility, but better, because while he can, he can't interact with the material plane when he's in the ethereal plane, but he can he can move around just like he would as if he was invisible. But creatures can't affect him, can't kind of target him in this area unless they are also in the ethereal plane. So, like, for example, and things like see invisibility wouldn't reveal his form. So, oh wait, no, it does say that you can see into the ethereal plane. That's interesting.
Translucent.
Yeah, either way. I mean, Valinar still wouldn't have seen anything, so. But yeah, have Tim make a investigation check for me.
Unfortunately, he does not get a massive bonus to that like he does perception.
Yeah, well, he's going and looking and kind of moving around a little bit, so. I think it's a little bit more investigation than perception.
How's a 16 sound?
That sounds awesome.
So he kind of just goes around the room.
Well, so if I'm not mistaken, this tunnel back here is actually very long. I believe it's close to like a mile long.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so he's technically still in that tunnel where he was standing beforehand, but rather than drawing this to scale, because otherwise this map would be absolutely massive.
Yeah.
So he goes down. It's about 120 feet down, I believe, is what it was. 120, 150, and he's looking around in the area, and he notices like I will say with a 16 he does kind of discover an area that there are almost like almost like an elongated like dog paw. Like, think of a dog paw with like the claws, but they're like, it's like the length of a kangaroo's foot.
Oh wow.
Oh god.
He would see some like tracks for that roughly, and some like what appears to be like 5 sticks that kind of got dragged on the ground on one side of the set of footprints where it comes to a stop, and it kind of rests in the dirt there, and you can see on the and Tim will see on the wall a section of the wall that has like 4 kind of like distinct kind of like claw marks kind of digging into the stone a little bit. But he sees the tracks approaching, but he does not see anything leaving. Yeah.
Okay. Tim comes back. Does anything happen?
Nope.
Okay. Enoch is going to have Tim on a patrol. Because the only thing Enoch can think of is that somehow this thing went into the wall. Somehow.
Mm-hmm.
So Tim's kind of gonna just patrol the room for the rest of the night.
Okay. That is completely fine. And for you, your perception check, please.
Yeah, also, just to make sure, he is going to be fading in and out of the material plane the whole time.
Okay. Easy enough to do for Tim.
Thank God for advantage. How's a 15 sound?
15 is fine. Nothing particularly eventful happens during your watch. You're a little on edge and unnerved by what Valinar had saw. But you don't see anything during your watch. And Tim does not run into anything as either.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, your watch comes to an end, and it would be time to wake up Asta.
Asta, you're awake. It's your watch.
Enoch will walk over to Asta, nudge her at a safe distance with Mage Hand, because he knows that she can get violent.
She comes up swinging.
How close do you come to me?
20 feet away. Remember, Mage Hand!
To grab the nearest rock and chucks it at you.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty easy, but you throw it without... Are you, like, aiming at him to, like, actually hit him, or are you kind of just doing it as, like, go away kind of a thing?
Just kind of like a pissed off, you woke me up in his general vicinity.
Yeah, alright. So, Enoch, a rock comes rolling along the ground towards you after nudging her awake.
I slightly kick it with my foot, and I'm like, So you said you'd take watch, so your turn. Valnar said he saw something down that tunnel, and Tim checked it out, and there are tracks that come up to a point and then just vanish. I don't know if it simply blinked out of existence, like what Tim can do, or if it merged into the wall or floor or ceiling or whatever. Be alert, is all I'm saying.
Interesting. I want to find out.
Tim is on patrol throughout the room for the rest of the night. And you see Tim just kind of doing this, just floating slowly. Sometimes stopping, looking down at Cardin, and then moving on.
Seems about right.
Okay. Asta, if you would, make a perception check with advantage for your watch.
Do you have it on your phone?
There's one.
Okay. 17.
Okay. Okay. What's your dark vision range?
Husband is looking because we only have one screen right now.
I understand. Take your time.
Click.
I believe it's like 60 feet, I think.
Yeah, she's a dwarf, so it'd be 60 feet.
Okay.
60 feet.
Awesome. So, towards the end of your watch, you would kind of begin to notice something from like the very, very edge of your dark vision range. It looks kind of like a relatively humanoid form begins to approach. Everyone else is still sleeping, technically. What do you do?
All I can see is that it's humanoid.
Mm-hmm. You see a humanoid figure kind of making his way down the tunnel towards you.
Does it see me?
Pretty good question. I'm gonna very quickly find out. It appears to be looking in your direction.
And I figured if it was heading down the tunnel, you could see the campfire and everybody around it, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I army crawl to the left to see if its gaze follows me.
It does follow you.
Oh, great. Okay. Does it look threatening, or like it wants to be my best friend?
It's a little hard to tell at this point, at this distance. You're just beginning to see it, and as you kind of roll and its gaze follows you, you would actually hear, "Greetings, friend."
Asta just looks very confused, and she's like, thanks?
some for whatever reason, can also give me an intelligence check, because for some reason something feels familiar.
Ah, that's a 20.
Awesome.
Still, it's a 20.
And the reason why I used the word feel. Blurst? I hate that word. Thank you for that, Rom.
What?
Blessed and cursed.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The reason why I had said it feels familiar is because when you heard the creature speak, this greetings friend, no one else moved or stirred. Not even Tim acknowledged its presence.
Really? Okay. Just to make sure, Tim can see 120 feet. He has 120 feet of dark vision. Just making sure.
Okay. So, for the sake of argument here, Tim doesn't react to him talking. I feel like as the creature gets closer and as Asta moves, Tim kind of begins to acknowledge and realize that there's a figure approaching, but he does not acknowledge that the creature is speaking. And this is because
fair enough.
And this is because Asta, as he heard this voice, you heard it in your mind.
Oh no.
And it sounds familiar. Like somebody you talked to once before when you were in these mines.
Her puzzled look just grows, and she says, "Do I know you?"
Can you say that out loud?
Yeah.
Can I have everyone else make a... What would that check be? Let's say everybody make a con check, not a saving throw, a check. Katya, I will not impose any kind of penalty against you for this check.
Yay!
In fact, I think I might give you actually, you know what? I'm going to give you advantage, Katya, because I feel like with you being as weak as you are right now, you being awoken by the littlest of things is funny.
8!
You got really smooth knee rib?
Yeah.
No, actually, Asta, you were already awake, so your natural one
Question.
does not count.
Do I get advantage because of Tim?
Would you have instructed Tim to wake you the moment anything happened?
No, I probably would have said the moment any hostile action is taken. So, no hostile action, so...
Right, so I'm going to say, in that case, no.
Well, how about a nat 20, though?
Okay. So... Dinok and Xenos, the two of you are awoken by Katya kind of saying out loud, "Do I know you?" As you guys begin groggily coming to consciousness.
Whoa. Am I speaking in my sleep?
Oh, nope, I'm so sorry. That is my apologies. I was... My apologies. You guys...
Liam got caught!
He's got Katya on the mind.
It's the alcohol talking.
Yeah, always.
You know she's beautiful.
I say as I'm sober as a fucking... Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so Xenos
Asta.
and Dinok awake as Asta speaks out loud, "Do I know you?" And as you guys are stirring to consciousness, Asta, you would hear in your mind, "It has been some time since we have spoke, but I do believe it has been around, approximately 1 month of your calendar? Is that what it's called?" Time is a weird thing when we have no sun. And it'll begin moving closer and closer as well. Just no hostility present yet.
It's
Yeah.
the yet for me.
And as I'm gonna say, just because as he kind of comes within approximation distance of what the campfire would be, you actually do see Kex. I don't know if you remember him or not, Asta, but Kex was the mind flare that you guys encountered the last time you were in this mine.
Yeah.
Okay, for some fucking reason I thought you said Tex, and I was like, why? Why am I now playing 4 characters?
Because I like to see you suffer. No, I'm kidding. No.
For those of you who don't know, we played an offline game where his character was named Tech.
Tex, Texk, or something. I don't remember how you spelled it.
Yeah.
There you go. But this is Kex, Keke, I think is what I'm looking for the spelling again. I don't.
Keks.
Thank you. I was like, I know I wrote it down somewhere. I'm just guessing today. Where is? Oh, there it is. Keks. Yep. So.
Keks.
Yeah. So, as Dinok and Xenos kind of wake up, what do the three of you, now that you're awake, do?
Well, Enoch is leery. Simply because issues going on with his group.
Yeah. There's plenty of reason to be leery. But as you two, he looks at you, and in your brain you hear, "Indeed it has. Have you guys returned to speak with the Elder?"
Among other things, more than likely. There are issues with your civilization, shall we go with, and the civilization of behind us. I'm hoping a rogue group of your people acted in haste and acquired some, shall we say, workforce. And that workforce was important to some people.
Well, I cannot speak for everyone, but I do know that there have been, as you say, acquisitions of workforces to be needed at times. After all, many hands make for light work. But I assure you, there was no order, from my knowledge, given to obtain large quantities of this.
And insight.
Yeah, sure.
Just because we're not sure yet. 14.
As far as you can tell, he seems to be honest.
Yep. I do hope it is, as I said, a rogue faction that has more enthusiasm than foresight.
It is possible.
One of these acquired workforce is the brother to one of our companions here.
Do you point to the still sleeping Carden?
No, I just say.
Okay. Oh, dear. I understand the value of family. Maybe we can speak with the elder and correct this error. I would hate to see brother siblings as he turns his head slightly at Asta. Not that Asta hears this. Siblings to be. I guess, and Katya. I guess Katya has the permanent female form now.
Yeah.
At those two, and just kind of says siblings to be separated from one another. If you wish, I can show you to the city once again.
That would be appreciated, and maybe we can talk about the unfortunate incident earlier. There was a group of, I'm going to say, acquired force, brute muscle, and one of your kind who came out swinging from the tunnel into the city.
Perhaps a misunderstanding. We can talk more as we go and once we have arrived at the Elder's locale. If you wish, please gather your companions, consume your substance, and we will be on our way. Also, as an important note, as everybody gains the benefits of a long rest, Katya, this does not count towards one of your days.
Aww.
It's like 5 p.m. now.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Because you guys woke up, did some combat, came down the tunnel. It was like,
Makes perfect sense.
I guess it was noon, so it's like 8 p.m. now. So.
Either way.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Tell me when it's midnight.
I will let you know.
Okay.
That sounds like my sleep schedule nowadays.
Darn, I was hoping when we woke up that I'd be able to ask about the strange wall again, but it appears we've got other things going on instead.
But the morning, or I guess the evening is, as you guys wake up, you guys begin to pack up your stuff, have a light kind of meal in your trail rations. And then, assuming you guys have no issues with following Kex, you guys follow Kex through the tunnels and to oh, there we go. To the city.
Well, when
gonna-
I'm waking up Carden, I'm going to be careful. And I'm going to tell him, in my best attempt to convince him, we have a way in to the Mind Flayer city. Do we know their species name?
Yes,
Okay.
I do believe so.
Illithid, right? That's what we know?
Yep.
Yep.
We have a way into the Illithid city. Currently, it is through a previous acquaintance who is one of their species.
I do believe Carden was present last time you guys were down here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
It is Keck.
Still, give him a reminder that this is Kex. Please don't murder him.
Do you remember Keck?
Let me roll a
Oh boy.
Memory check.
History, probably.
history.
Yeah. Oh,
Nope.
Oh no.
I don't remember Kex. What are you
Well-
talking about? This guy just looks like a big ugly white guy.
Well, he is the illithid who led us into the city the first. In fact, it was not far from here where we first met him. In fact, I believe it was down
Next
this
cab.
tunnel, actually.
Next cavern or two. No, yeah, it was the next. It was like 2 caverns from here.
mhm. You guys follow Kex then?
Yeah, we'll follow Kex.
Okay. As you guys follow Kex through the caverns and the mine, we're actually going to take a break because I have a screaming child to go deal with.
Okay.
So we're going
Fair
to take.
I will have a question for Denock as we are walking there.
Okay. We'll return here, guys, in a few minutes. Get up, stretch your water, drink your legs, and we'll be back in a little while. BRB.
Okay.
All right, we're back. Sorry
Whoop,
about
whoop.
the possibly longer break. My baby.
It was like
is-
20 minutes.
My baby is a pain in my ass. Oh, there he goes again. I don't care at this point. He's gonna have to figure it out.
It'll
You
be
guys-
alright.
I know. You guys decided to follow Kex, right?
Correct.
Yep.
And I needed to ask a question to Denock as we walk.
Go ahead.
So, Denock, you said that I had to visit a place of power to restore myself. Correct?
As far as we can tell.
Was there any idea what I'm supposed to do at this place of power? Or just do I stand there?
Denock actually just stops walking, just freezes, pretty much in place. Oh. Good question.
Well, with any luck, maybe I'll just instinctually know what to do when we get there.
If not, the orb does have a chart.
Probably.
Well, that is at least some good news.
It's been 7 days already since you've asked that question. Holy cow.
Honey.
No, there's no way. Wait a minute.
Reason that looks cool. That's why I want that piece game.
I may
Because-
have misspoken then.
Yeah, because you
I did
asked-
not have the page up, my bad.
Oh, no worries.
One day, we're 1 day away.
Session.
Oh, of course.
Session.
Of course we are.
Sessions
I mean, once we hit midnight,
for you to have that. Yeah.
Well, we just had to survive that long. Or, of course, at this rate, it'd be faster for me to just figure it out.
Well,
Yes,
you guys do spend probably another hour or so walking. Because I think it's like 2 miles, roughly. I guess it wouldn't be that long. I think it's like, I'm gonna say like, we'll say 20 minutes per mile just to be generous for the wounded Kaktia.
Thank you.
So we'll say 40 minutes roughly passes as you guys arrive at the edge of the town. And we don't need that map anymore. I can bring you back over here. as Kex leads you, he kind of just goes, "Are you wanting to go straight to the Elder and the Speaker?"
Dinak, there's a hitch in his step as he's like, "Oh shit, right, the Speaker." Oh fuck.
Actually, there's something else I think we need to take care of before we meet with the Elder.
Anything that I can help with? I would encourage you to be traveling with a guide in these areas, just to be safe
Yes.
rather than sorry.
Well, you are aware that the Elithid city is built on a place of power, correct?
That turn of phrase sounds familiar. However, I do not know any details of it. So that's about as much as I know.
Well, I have met with a terrible fate, and as such, my soul is essentially shattered at the moment. And if I ever wish to use magic again, I have to, at the very least, go to a place of power. The details on what to do there, I don't exactly have, but it's the only way to restore the balance within me. And I was really hoping, since we managed to make it here, that I could do that before we accomplish anything else.
Unfortunately, information like this is not known to me. Perhaps the speaker would have more details on this. Oh, perhaps we should speak with him and see if he knows anything, and if he doesn't, then we can perhaps inquire with the Elder.
Okay. Whatever it takes.
Anyone and everyone okay with that?
Dinak's got nothing to say.
Okay. Then I will say probably for another, using the rest of the 20 minutes of walking, so you're about an hour closer to midnight now. You guys travel through the hodgepodge kind of city that the Illithid have set up, and you do see now that some of these areas that they primarily hold have kind of been buffeted up a little bit. Like you can see like those watchtowers that you first saw as you walked in now have some more like stone and iron kind of jagged protrusions attached to it as well. Still hodgepodge to all hell and back, but it does look way more fortified. The people kind of moving about within the city itself seem to be busier. There seems to be maybe more people here. It's hard to tell. But still, you would notice that the population of mind flayers does not seem to be as heavy. Not that they've lost a bunch of numbers, but it was never heavy to begin with. There had always been more other creatures in this domain village, whatever you want to call it, where there are more of these like subspecies of individuals, even some low-level demons running around in this area. Apparently, at the whim of the Illithid, as you do see the ones that you do see scattered throughout the city, commanding these different legions, if you will. And once again, as you enter into the kind of like main citadel, this mausoleum that that kind of, as you walk through the gold-plated walls, telling the story of this clan having apparently invaded this material plane once before. Telling about a ferocious battle, kind of leading up to an encounter with a massive dragon, and then the survivors here kind of going their own ways, leading all the way back up to kind of leading back up to the next floor where the worship center is located. And you see, once again, the familiar form of the speaker.
Top hat and all.
Top hat and all. Currently standing.
Beautiful.
Give me 1 minute. I'm trying to find. There's the map. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Kind of just positioning him. He's not positioned. He is standing at
Floating.
the altar, and is quiet for the time being as you guys enter through the back here. There you all are.
Yay.
Yeah. As Kex kind of enters, and
Oh,
he would be
just to say, Tim is not material.
visible. Gotcha. We will back them away. I believe that gives him enough distance, yeah, easily. As he kind of steps. I mean, you never see him step. He appears to be floating for the most part. As he
Gliding almost.
as he reaches out psychically, and you watch as the speaker kind of turns and acknowledges him as he speaks out loud, kind of, welcome back, Geth.
The Enoch is just barely able to keep his composure at this point.
Katya passes out.
Back, I haven't been here before.
You are a new face. And you watch as he floats about 20 feet closer to you guys, just kind of taking you in, Xenos.
Yes, this face is new.
Get a new face.
Put a smile on that face.
And he kind of just looks at all of you. And as this happens, I will say, I think. Give me 1 second. I want to find out. Yes. As he kind of moves up, many of you begin to feel powerless in this creature's presence. Kati actually feels a little bit better, weirdly enough.
I'm unconscious.
Oh.
I passed out as soon as I saw him turn around. No!
Bet. But
Oh.
are you here to speak with the Elder?
I think it's
He
pretty.
grins big.
We are mostly here to... You see Deanoch constantly readjusting the clasp around his neck to alleviate tensions between your people and the people of the city down the tunnel.
Oh, does there seem to be an issue?
Yes, just last night, yesterday, he stops things for a second. Earlier this morning, excuse me. There was an, shall we call it, incursion. A small group of your acquired workers attempted to, the only way I can describe it is invade the city. And there was one of Kex's kind leading them.
Oh. And you would see at this point, Kex would also kind of just move out of the way of your guys' conversation so that he's not in line of sight, just kind of trying to be polite. And the elder kind of goes, "Oh dear, that is no good. It must have been a misunderstanding. We simply sent a greeting party, and when they fled, we simply sent a few diplomats." And you can see like he's pausing, like he's searching for a word here and there. But when their cave collapsed, we thought we would send aid as a gesture of good faith. It must have been a misunderstanding on that particular individual's behalf. And you can see him kind of like bite at those words, kind of giving a little bit of a menacing sneer. Yes, Valinar?
Valinar is
probably.
Valinar's not really gonna say anything, but he's probably just gonna, along this little mind network he's kind of gotten with the rest of the party. He kind of goes, "So that's what they're calling murderous assholes? Diplomats? Well, actually, now that I think about it."
And you're just kind of saying that to yourself, not out loud, is that right?
No, I'm just kind of sending it. I'd basically be sending it along the, mental network Valinar's kind of set up to the rest of the party.
Mental network?
I don't know, that's what I'm referring to it as anymore.
Oh, yeah. Right, with the Kalishtar stuff.
Yes. And as a quick note, Valinar seeing Kadia on the floor will try to heal Kadia.
Hold on.
Okay. I know it's only, if you're checking the Kalishtar thing, it's one person, so Valinar would kind of be going one person at a time.
Okay.
If that's what you were checking.
Not exactly, but okay.
He's checking to see if the top hat man can enter the conversation and listen in. I'm guessing. 'Cause, yeah, mental connection, that's kind of their thing.
Yeah.
So.
So by healing me, you mean you're trying to shake me awake, or are you legit trying to...
It'd probably be an actual healing spell, because I saw you just collapse.
Yeah, I suppose I collapsed during the last combat too. Well, 2 combats ago.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just fainted.
I'm just gonna click on that, whether it does anything or not.
I mean, I would say it'd bring him back to consciousness.
Yeah, I'm not in need of healing, but yeah, Katya stands back up, looking slightly lost and confused. What'd I miss? Where are we? What's go? Oh,
You turn and see
You.
the speaker.
uh, uh. Okay, I hold on better this time. A lot better.
Your knees wobble.
You say if you collapse again, I'm not bringing you back up again.
Oh. You're here to speak with the Elder. Is that correct? Or is it... You have a question?
Well, actually, Kex recommended that I speak with you first before going to the Elder and see if maybe you might have a little more knowledge.
Of course, I would be happy to help in any way that I can. You see his large, razor-sharp teeth kind of just curl into a massive grin across his meatball-like visage.
Katya closes her eyes and continues asking. So, I have it on good faith that your city is built on a place of power. And I am wondering if you might know how one might use this place of power to restore a broken soul.
I know of what you speak. However, what do you know of a place of power?
Me specifically, only the information that has been passed along from Denoch. He's the one who got the vision, after all.
I see.
I believe he described it something along the lines of, it is a place where the various layers of the weave actually overlap.
Indeed. And this overlapping creates a location that is rich in magical essence, allowing for individuals to consolidate that essence and bend it to their will. To an extent. The ley lines at this location have become so enriched, in fact, that it has created a small body of water, an existence of pure magic in liquid form. It is through this that the Elder empowers himself in the attempts to rebuild our society. And while within this places of power's domain, everyone is affected and feels more powerful. And as he says that, you guys, those of you who remember, there are multiple effects that affect the individual when they are within a place of power's domain. And you guys would have felt that when you first entered this city. There are many benefits, and I'll remind you guys of those later if they become relevant.
I have them written down.
Me too. And we have to take a break, because I can hear my kid screaming again, and I just looked and he is standing in. So I have to go up and deal with him. So BRB.
We gotta call it early tonight. I understand.
We're alright for now. So, sorry, my child is literally being an ass. He's going through a phase, I guess. I don't know. Alright. Somebody help me. Where were we?
I had just been told that there's a small body of water that is pure magic, where the Elder empowers themselves to have the power to rebuild their society. Pretty much.
Ah, okay.
And my thinking is, so me as a player is thinking, if this is where the Elder goes, it's probably off limits to just about everybody.
So from a strictly mechanical speaking standpoint, it seems that as a means of tapping into and using the power of the source of power, the Elder seems to partake of this water in some way. So, with that, it
just get a small taste of it,
perhaps,
or take a bath. Magical baptism.
So who's gonna baptize you?
the Elder.
Oh no. No. Although at this point, okay, we'll see how this plays out.
So that is the information that you have been given by the speaker. What is
My
your
response?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So if it's just a body of water, it's just as simple as I walk up and dip myself in and I should be good to go?
I do not know the interworkings of the process, but yes.
And nobody's going to try to stop me if I choose to go do so right now?
Oh, this decision is left to the Elder. This is not something that we can speak on.
Of course. Then I suppose the next course of action, logically speaking, would be to acquire an audience with the Elder.
Of course.
Oh, here we go.
The Elder is...
Sorry, player.
It's alright. The Elder is often eager to meet new guests, especially those who are wanting to speak with him. How soon would you require an audience?
I would
For
say as soon as
Katya's
possible.
sake, yes. For Katya's sake, and for the rest of ours, so that we don't all explode into a magical fiery fireball of apocalyptic proportions. Probably as soon as possible.
You have such faith in me. I love it.
I mean,
Look, I barely managed to keep you from exploding back on the ship.
To be fair, there is a very lethal combination that you could roll, which is when you deal the max amount of damage with I think fire spells specifically or something like that,
And then drop a fireball.
and then dropping a fireball on yourself.
That cannot be dodged in any way.
For you anyway. So anyway,
By the way, does the speaker have any reaction to that line?
make an insight check. I'll give him a charisma check. Why not? That's not very good.
Well, it'll probably beat an 8.
It does. He doesn't seem to be surprised by the inkling of your comrade killing you guys through some kind of non conventional means.
Unintentional friendly fire.
Literally. For my sake and the sake of my companions, I request an audience as soon as possible. I'll do whatever it takes.
Oh.
I'll stop talking right there.
Probably a good idea.
Then let us inquire with the elder of when a opportune time to meet with him would be. And
This
he
looks
just
like an opportune time.
and he just smiles and goes silent.
I'm guessing he's mentally connecting. But Denock is guessing.
After an uncomfortable silence, there's the speaker kind of goes, "The elder understands your situation.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought I heard something moving upstairs. The dogs are crated and everyone else is downstairs, and I went,
It's the speaker.
Speaker's floating.
It's the elder.
You don't know what the elder does. The elder understands your situation. However, he does not wish to do business in a free manner. He requires trade.
Of what?
You watch as the speaker's eye briefly lands on Denock before returning back to you, Katya.
Okay.
The elder wants. Sorry, I'm trying to think of how to say this.
Oh, no.
Yeah, take your time.
Mm-hmm. The elder would like a creature that he has only come across one other time, other than what potentially is within your party. And again, the eye flickers to Denock. But we are unsure. The elder would like to trade this gift, this power from this place of power, in exchange for He like pauses and looks up for a moment. Even a corpse. Live is preferred, but a corpse will do. Of a dragon.
Do we happen to know any dragons that we could slay? Or capture alive? Good luck.
Or I guess maybe for all that goes, tricking to come down here.
You guys tell me.
So he wants a dragon either alive or dead.
Yes, the corpse, the body of one.
Okay, a dragon's body.
Again, alive is preferred, but they say that they will make do if it's just the corpse.
Make do?
Yes. One moment, I gotta close the door. The highly mobile little one. I don't want him in that room.
Yeah, fair.
Yes. He said he would make do with the corpse. I am unsure of what he means by that.
And what if, say, I were to go take a dip in this pool of magic without coming to agreement with the elder? What would happen? Theoretically speaking.
I'm gonna roll something very quickly.
Or more like a hypothetical.
Um,
I'm not saying I'm about to go run for it.
how fresh does the corpse have to be?
I mean, a corpse is a corpse.
He did not say. In terms of
Just
what would happen, you watch as one of the eye tendrils just lashes out, and you watch as a doesn't have a deep description. Just a very quick flash of this like almost blinding white light flashes out and strikes the bench beside him, and you watch as the carved stone bench just turns to dust, and then he smiles at you.
Enoch turns to Katya, asks stupid questions.
That's the answer to your what would happen if I did this.
Oh.
Valinar's gonna quickly mind link with Enoch and ask him, hey, what did we ever do with the remains from that dragon lich?
That's
That
fine.
dragon thing we killed on Hothkeen.
Well.
Above game.
All
I feel like it
all that time
disintegrated.
ago. Did it disintegrate? Okay.
I don't think there were any remains left of it. I don't remember.
Yeah.
That.
Okay.
I think it burned away.
That was like 100 episodes ago.
Yeah, it's the only dragon I could think of.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
first thought that too, and then I'm like, wait, didn't it disintegrate? I'm not going to say anything about that then.
It's I don't believe it's around.
The
Yeah.
only dragon that we know of is the one that's in the island of in the middle of the four oceans. At least that's what we were. That's what we were told. We had to get a platinum dragon scale for Dinok's wife. That's the only dragon that we actively know of.
Do you say that out loud?
This is above game.
Okay, good. Okay, thank you.
I know better than to say that out loud where this guy can hear me.
But it's Katya. And I'm not going to be that mean.
I don't even know how to go about doing this. Didn't the dragons go missing or something like that, or go into hiding way back when? Let me search my notes for any mentions of dragons.
Dragons have not been a very common topic in this campaign. That
Yeah.
is by design.
The nearest mention was the Kraken. That's like the closest dragon before the Platinum Dragon came up.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you ignore the Platinum Dragon and the the Dragolich, then yeah, like the creatures of old are like the closest things to that. The Kraken and the Tarrasque. So yeah.
The dragons didn't just go extinct, but they vanished. It's the last we heard.
That
Due to the Great War. So, in other words, I guess I'm not gonna get fixed anytime ever.
there is always the backup plan.
Which is just as deadly,
Banana.
but also
I'm probably the only one in this group that understands that, but okay.
the backup plan is dangerous, but more likely to accomplish than finding a dragon and bringing it dead or alive. I guess they'll just have to find a new speaker then, won't they?
And the speaker isn't really the one that you need to worry about, considering the elder is the one who has the pool.
Yeah,
knows where
well,
it
the elder is not currently here. It's
You're
the
aware of.
speaker and his people are. So
Yes,
choice-
the speaker, you know, the beholder,
The
and
ch-
the... How many? Illithid?
So far the only Illithid present is Kex. This place seems to be empty. Now I will say
So
on
far.
the lower floors, you guys probably passed 2 or 3 additional mind flares. But in terms of the numbers in the entire city, you are unsure.
technically speaking, if all it takes is a dip in this water or bottling it up and taking a drink from it, then once my powers are stored, I can teleport us to safety. But it means getting to the pool without being caught. And considering Kex is with pretty much escorting us through this area, it would be damn near impossible to do it without being noticed.
Especially with people who can read minds.
Exactly.
Also, Cardin, just so that you might remember, the last time you were here, you had kind of agreed to talk with the elder, and had been kind of granted an opportunity to begin sensing things outside of just like that immediately around you. And I know you had made mention of that would be something enjoyable for Cardin as a permanent feature, so to say.
Yeah.
So if there's anything Cardin would like to do impulsively, I'm totally here for it.
Need to ask. So we're at the Elder now, or
You guys are
No.
still with the speaker.
yeah. Well,
And you guys are still standing an awkward that's a cone. I want the line.
And stating in awkward silence while we're
65,
thinking.
65 feet away from him.
yeah.
Just trying to think as the players discuss all this above game rather than in
Cardin
game.
will jump towards him and be like, "Can I?"
In terms of like talking to him or attacking him.
Yes.
Talking to him.
I talk with my fists.
What was that, Cardin?
Like talking to him.
Okay. He kind of wants, like, when Cardin gestures that he wants to talk. I don't think anyone's gonna stop him at this point.
No.
At
Yeah.
this point, Deanock is like,
No.
oh shit, what's he going to say?
Oh no.
But morbidly curious, like, Willy
Oh god,
Wonka.
what is he gonna
No,
say?
it's like Willy Wonka. No, don't stop.
Thank you.
So, yes, Cardin, go right ahead and talk to the speaker.
Well, I was told last time, but I would be given the power to feel all the things around me. Why can't I feel all the things around me?
Ah, that is because you have not embraced the Elder's gift, but yet played with the idea of it. No,
What is the Elder's gift? How do I use it?
the gift of being able to sense all that is around is part of a collective series of senses. If you agree with the Elder and his words of encouragement, his motto, or what is the word?
Mantra?
Mantra, yes. Then
Lead indoctrination.
he will bestow upon you these gifts.
Oh, Cardin, that does remind me. We
So
are
I have to
looking-
give in to him, right? To use his gifts?
You have to accept his word. And what were you saying, Deanock?
Cardin, speaking up, did remind me. We are here to clear up some misunderstandings. It seems that Cardin's brother was recently acquired by your people, and we would like to negotiate his return.
Of course. Do you have a likeness of him so that we may attempt to retrieve him?
Above game, how close does Cardin look like to his brother?
Blind?
He looks fairly close to his brother. They're both very, like,
Woodsman.
woodsman, bearded, big, bulky dudes. Like,
Okay, then Deanock will just, point his hand towards Cardin.
Okay.
As I said, they are brothers, so...
Of course. Give me one moment.
Oh, this is so many bad ideas wrapped on top of each other.
Cax, would you go to the pins and see if there is anyone that resembles our friend here. I believe his name was Cardin. And Kex just kind of nods, says something telepathically, and begins to make his way. I guess he can get there for right now. That's his 60 feet. As he begins to make his way out.
I'll like rush after him.
You're gonna follow Keck?
If he's going to go get Cardin's brother, he's going to follow Kex.
Well, the intent was to get him and bring him back here. That was the intent.
The intent was what?
To go get your brother and bring him back to where you guys currently are.
Then he'll wait there then.
Okay. And if you guys don't do anything, kind of in this moment, Kex will, yeah, that's 25, 30. He will leave.
Whoop.
If you wish, you could. What's the word? Beg? Ask. We'll go with ask the elder to meet with you direct or speak with you directly, and maybe you can strike a bargain with him.
I'm not good at following directions. But they're good.
The elder doesn't demand obedience. He simply asks of it.
Okay.
Again, this is so many bad ideas stacked on top of each other in a trench coat.
Yep.
I am fully aware.
I know. This is Rom the player speaking, just head in hands. Like, I hate the fact that I know so much about illithids, but Denoc doesn't. It is so difficult.
I know when the players know more than the characters, it's hard. Like I know, like even in my in-person games, the number of times where I'm like, wait a minute, nope, I can't do that. I can't because I know so much. It's hard, and it's like, oh no, you have rights to be afraid.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a floating eyeball.
Yeah.
With
A
extra
giant
eyeballs.
floating eyeball.
So,
Why would I follow the instructions of a giant floating eyeball?
oh, the elder is not a creature such as myself.
What is the elder? What is he made up of?
Organic material? Why is that?
Are we sure he's organic material?
For now, yes.
No.
What?
Okay.
Is he becoming more?
One moment.
What?
Okay, yeah. Denoc's going to theorize. Oh, he's trying to become a god too now. That's just what Denoc gets.
Yeah. I love it.
And in the back of his head, he's going to be like, I swear, if we have to deal with another wannabe god on top of the Sleeping King...
Hey, maybe they'll fight each other. We could focus on our task.
As if you could be so lucky.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Sleeping King. There's this giant thing called the Elder that has the only thing you need to actually ascend to godhood. He's right over there. Hey, Elder. That big guy who calls himself Sleeping King? Yeah, he's got the only thing to grant you godhood. He's right over there.
Go fight each other. Maybe if we can capture your souls, you can fight each other for eternity inside of our crystal.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't think.
Hey, Katya,
Yes.
can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh no.
Oh God.
That's my best stats.
I know! Isn't it
Disadvantage?
lovely? Uh-huh, all the normal penalties.
There you go.
Wow.
-5.
Wow. All right.
Oh god.
Oh,
Please tell me that was just for
yes.
shits and giggles.
Oh my
I mean,
gosh.
you don't notice
There's going to
anything.
be shit and giggles from this. Oh fuck me.
Okay. Amazing.
Indeed.
That is a natural 1 for a total of -5 because
-5.
of her penalties
Because of
at the moment.
disadvantage and penalty.
Yep.
Oh
Mhm.
god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Good times.
that's bad.
Uh-huh.
Bad? Yeah.
I feel like Katya now gives herself entirely over to the invalids.
So, as far as you can tell, nothing happens.
It's a creeping sensation.
Katya doesn't notice it, not with a -5.
Oh.
Still focused on how. Still trying to figure out how to get a dragon.
Mm-hmm. If you can think of another trade offer, as dragons are exceedingly rare, I'm sure the Elder would be happy to hear out your idea. And you watch as the eyeball looks kind of up a little bit. And smiled. What were you gonna say?
See what I happen. Let's see what I happen to have with me.
Whatever happened to Doma's core?
Yeah, I was just about to say something about that. How much does the Elder know of angels?
You're thinking of the Doma from the angel fight.
Yes.
Yep.
I do believe that body was destroyed as well, and it's in that creature's ascension. Since you guys were able to defeat him.
Yes, but I have managed to maintain a vial of his blood for quite some time now.
Yes, but a vial of blood is not a corpse.
It is not a corpse, but it still holds significant power.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's about all I got that's actually worth a damn.
Yeah. A lot of our enemies just go poof.
Mm-hmm. Well, demons.
Convenient.
Well, not just that, but a lot of the other things.
There's reasons for that one, or for that as well.
I know. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have much because of that, and because of the reasons for that.
Mm-hmm. The speaker kind of goes, "Oh, Perhaps if you are unable to find a dragon, perhaps maybe a titan of sorts. He just smiles.
A titan.
Okay.
I'd be fine fighting either one of those.
In the back of Deanock's head. Oh, fuck. I don't want to fight either of them. I don't want to fight.
The protectors of your
Titans that
lands?
Yeah.
That's just as bad.
You legit see Deanock's scales kind of pale. Which is interesting considering he doesn't have any chameleon blood.
I hate to rush you, though, but I do believe that the Elder is becoming impatient and was wanting to strike a deal.
You could probably meet with the Elder. Just show me my brother first. Make sure he's in good company.
Of course, Kex has already gone to retrieve him. I presume he would be back soon.
How about this? At the moment, I am pretty much powerless and unable to use any of my magic. So felling a titan or a dragon or any kind of being of that nature would prove an impossible task for myself. However, if the Elder is willing to allow me to get my powers back, I could most certainly produce the body of one or the other.
Perhaps
I do
will
believe there are
inquire.
spells. I do believe there are spells to ensure promises are kept. Mayhaps one of those could be used as well to ensure that we would.
Interesting. He tries to stroke his chin with one of his tentacles. And you watch as one of the eyes is squinting real hard.
Ow!
And in this moment, Dina, can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh, joy of all joys. No, at least I'm somewhat decent at it. Any advantage or disadvantage or just straight?
It's just a straight roll.
Okay. How's the 16 sound?
Looking for there.
Really?
We hear you, Mini Rider.
The mini kid.
Mm-hmm.
The one that almost outweighed his older brother.
Despite being 2 years younger.
Okay. With a 16, you don't notice anything right away.
Yeah, I figured. Here's just a question. If this is some sort of mental manipulation of any kind, would Tim notice any wavering in our connection? If it was. I'm just saying, if it was.
I'm gonna say no for this particular effect.
Okay. Okay. I just wanted to see if that would affect anything.
So the speaker kind of continues to go, I will inquire about the letting you partake for the agreeance of the favor, but the Elder also wants to know why should he agree to let A dragon can walk out of his area once again when he knows what he wants.
Oh.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
See, that's a different story. You made it sound like we had to find an actual dragon, but a dragon kin is an acceptable substitute.
I never said that the elder was a patient individual either. As this conversation draws on, he grows more impatient. And given that Enoch has dragon blood in his vein, the elder is curious if he would be a suitable fit.
Well, why not just take some of his blood then, instead of the whole body?
Because a corpse is needed.
Okay, so he needs a corpse from a dragon.
Of a dragon. As I said, your friend has dragon lineage and blood. How strong it is, we are curious.
Well, Enoch, I don't know.
Atia's like, oh, shame that. Enoch? Shame.
I cannot force you to sacrifice yourself for me to regain my powers, but it looks like only one of us is walking out of here able to do anything.
You could also make a good case as to why both of you should leave. But right
With my
now,
powers?
that's another good case that you could try to make.
Well,
I'll let you. I'll pull behind the curtain just a little bit here. Those wisdom saves that were not high enough were for some brain probing.
Yeah.
oh my.
Considering Enoch never said his name.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think it was said out loud. As far as I can remember.
And as far as I'm aware, you have never talked about your lineage to any of the party. But there have been some probing, and someone has gathered information that they deem useful.
Okay. Well, let me put it this way. We do happen to have a lead on where we can find a dragon to bring. It's just... Wouldn't the Elder rather have an actual dragon with actual dragon blood? Or would they rather have this smaller, partial dragon that might have a little bit of potency in their bloodstream?
Considering that most Dragonborn today are... the dragon blood is highly diluted.
Exactly. So the Elder can either...
Essentially, most Dragonborn today are lizardmen in all but a few
I guess the point I'm trying to make is the Elder can have partial dragon here and now, or
No, thank you, my
they
lord.
or they can restore my power so that we are all on equal footing to be able to take down a real dragon and bring that to the Elder. It might take a while, but you'll have the real deal.
Which, by the way, the dragon in question very well may be higher power than most normal dragons.
Did I miss something here? Because I thought that we were gonna go hunt the dragon and bring it back so that we could get Kadia's powers back. But now
Yeah,
it sounds
so-
like we're gonna get Kadia's powers back first.
Welcome to the
That's
con.
the
That's
whole
what
idea,
that's what they're
because-
trying to do. That way, it's easier to
Because-
hunt the
Okay.
dragon.
Well, yeah, I can't
missed that
kill a
part,
dragon
okay.
as I am. I stand a greater chance of breaking my toe. or
I
killing
just
you
like the
guys
dragon as I
accidentally.
am.
Certain dragons, because I ran that scenario, and I was not happy that happened, but it's there.
Cotton will fight the dragon.
For those of you who don't know what I'm referring to, probably close to a year ago, I ran a scenario where I pitted I think it was an adult black dragon, one of the weaker dragons by 5e standards, against Cardin with, I believe, the Massacre. So it might not have even been the Massacre Blade. It might have just been Cloud Splitter. I don't remember now. In a 1v1 battle. And 9 out of 10 times Cardin wins. And I'm like, that is ridiculous. So, what was I getting ready to look up? I don't remember. But, did you have anything else to add to that?
I was implying that the dragon that we may be able to acquire was more than normal.
It's a plat
Oh.
specifically.
Okay, let me get... okay. Probably pretty freaking high. Oh, yeah.
Which, according to various writings,
Also,
very well may be a direct servant of the dragon god, Bahamut.
Interesting. Also, very quickly, Dinok, can you give me a history check?
I'll give you a history check. Even in a nat 1 is 11.
Yeah, that's...
I'm mad.
So, fortunately for you, most of the time, I don't rule natural ones as automatic failures when it comes to ability
Check, yeah.
checks. Which is fine because DC 10, you know, from being the one who spends probably the most time in the library on the Laputa, that there is an entire section of the library dedicated to dragons from the giants. Some of the general information that you have learned is the giants and the dragons have had like eon long feuds against each other. They have never gotten along. They have always fought. And the giants...
Oh, there gives me an idea.
The giants, particularly the cloud giants who do seek after knowledge and information more so than the others, have very meticulous and detailed information on the various kinds of dragons. Now, whether or not you can find useful information in this for this particular scenario is beyond your current knowledge, but there is a lot of information on dragons that you could possibly find useful later if you could have some time to dig through the library again.
Yeah. By the way, I am going to make a quick roll for idea.
Mm-hmm.
Just to see if Dinok gets that idea.
Fair enough.
And this is something we'll... Nope. Nope.
Wow. Hey,
Alright.
roll again
Yeah.
and roll again and see if you get the trifecta. Ah, okay. Just bad luck.
3 nat 1s in a row would be just... Ooh. But no,
literally, if you would have, I would have been like, all right, we're gonna call it there for the night. And
well, it is midnight anyway, so...
I know, but I want
Yeah.
to try to. I kind of want to see
If we
what
can come to a conclusion.
what the result of this is, so that I know what to prepare for next week.
Okay. Do you need to hear my proposal one more time?
Yeah, go over it with me one more time, please.
Okay. So essentially, the Elder needs to make a choice. They want a dragon of some sort. Seems to be interested in the blood specifically. So, or specifically the power coursing through its veins. So I say, if the Elder wants, they can have Denock now, which probably isn't going to happen. But
Thank you.
But he does have diluted blood and probably next to no actual dragon power within him. Or with the if I'm given the ability to restore my power and the Elder's willing to let us go a second time, we could bring him a full-blooded dragon in all of its glory. But it will take longer. That's about the best offer I can provide right now.
And again, we have said the dragon is potentially platinum.
Yeah.
And we
the
happen to know
Elder-
where it's located.
And these are very intelligent creatures. They know the hierarchy. No, don't you dare!
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Sorry, he was trying to push his little brother.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
Little brother about to be big brother pushing back.
Maybe one day.
Give them 2 months.
Right.
Not even that.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So.
And I have mentioned magical promise.
Mhm. Do you have the ability to cast that spell?
I do not.
Okay.
I just know that it exists from rituals from preparing corpses.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
I was never skilled enough to cast that during my time under Zalpip.
How long do you believe it would take you to acquire this dragon and return?
That's a question for you, Denock. How long do you think it would take us?
I mean, keen mind is
Yeah,
useful. Your best guess? Probably a couple of weeks.
And that's if we abandon Valinar's island.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's
Yeah.
right.
And the reason why I'm saying a couple is because you're guessing it's probably about 5 or so days to the location that Scientia gave you. Without knowing exactly where it is, it's hard to say how many days it will take you to get there exactly.
And then
So-
figuring out where the dragon is.
So
dealing
5
with
days
it.
there, 2 days figuring it out, 5 days back. You're already, close to 2 weeks. And that's assuming you can find it, defeat it, and, capture it all in 2 days.
Or. Ideas for later.
Write it down, because you'll forget.
You're not wrong.
Are you kidding me? I have a notepad beside me because I'll forget.
Perhaps a month. A month sounds like a fair amount of time, since there are a lot of unknowns to. Like, we have the general idea of where it's located. As for getting there, securing it, and bringing it back, could take a little while.
And the speaker is quiet for a few moments. Katya, can you make me a persuasion or deception check? I'll let you choose. Because you're not necessarily lying, but you're not exactly telling the truth either.
I'm being generous with my assumptions.
Embellishment.
Yep.
Perception or deception? Or not perception. Deception or persuasion.
I mean, if you want to roll perception, that's fine by me. It's significantly lower than your other one.
Still at disadvantage, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, help me. Oh, no. I'm using my inspiration on that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was about to suggest that.
I do have a question for the DM, though.
Yeah.
Where is it at? Because of my restore balance reaction, can I use that in this situation?
How does it read?
Let me post it for you.
When a creature you can see within 60 feet of you. I would allow it.
Okay. That at least give me a straight roll. Alright.
Hi, Chungus.
Persuasion, not
That's not his
perception.
actual name. It's a nickname. Don't.
Do. Oh, God.
I mean, it's better than a 6.
Yeah. I'm gonna use a party reroll. I want a better number, damn it.
No.
Can I do that?
No, because those count as inspirations, and you can only reroll the same check
Fair
once.
enough. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Because otherwise,
10 is the best
if you
I
guys
got.
had a bunch of them, you could just
Yeah.
continuously re-roll until you got a result
Yeah.
that you wanted on anything, and I think keeping it
Yeah.
at 1 is fair. No, Mr.
As a matter of fact, let this poor attempt at persuasion be a testament to my lack of power right now.
Hmm?
Sounds like the little one is agreeing with you there.
Yeah, I'm holding him so he doesn't play with the cords on my computer.
Again.
The power cords, anyway.
He loves that contained electricity.
And remind me, you're wanting the benefit of the place of power before.
Correct. Otherwise, I will not be able to assist in this task at all.
Okay.
Even if it's not the full effect, anything would be worthwhile getting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. Okay.
Kind of like pay half now, get the rest later.
here is the Elder's counter offer, in a sense.
Here we go.
Oh god.
He will allow for you to partake of the energy. You have half a month.
25 days.
Might be a little bit more than that. I believe a month is 56 days.
Okay.
Which is why I
3
said
days.
25-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and I believe the one who is interested and his brother will remain here until you return. And if you don't return, we will take Crofalon, is it?
Colophon. It's Colophon. No, it's Cophalon.
Of course.
It is Cophalon.
There. That is the
Yes.
Elder's counter argument. And he is very insistent that you accept.
Okay, this is one of those moments where the entire campaign could derail.
Mm-hmm.
Because
You remember like a year ago when I
Yeah.
drew
Yeah.
like a Vista thing?
Yeah.
we're here again.
With Dinoc.
We're right here again, guys.
And again, this time it's any one of us. Because Dinoc has a choice. Question. Has the speaker seen Tim, considering Tim is not behind us?
If he has, he shows no signs that he has.
Because, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Tim's right here, right now.
Give me 1 second. Can you ping that one more time?
Bing.
Okay.
He would have been moving for there.
Let me check something.
So Tim would have been going like,
Dun, dun, dun,
I'm
dun,
going to use
dun, dun,
Dinoc
dun.
because it's just easier. Like this.
You gotta click the button in the center, bud. That first. Come here, I'll show you. That one. There you go. Now you can click one. Yeah. Okay.
Well, since the Elder is so insistent
Believe
that we
me,
take
I'm not
this-
gonna show you, but he's there.
And the speaker never reacted to it.
As far as you were aware, no.
Okay? Because right now, Dinoc can give the order for Tim to grab this thing by as many eyeball stalks as he can and throw it towards the statue.
Yeah. Right. Tim is on standby for smash. I understand.
See, at this point, I feel like we're invested now because if we turn around and say no deal, then the Elder will just have us all put to death instead.
Just quick side note, Valinar has his escape button.
That is true.
For the 6 of you present, Hex has yet to return. Buddy, this is not court.
It feels like it.
You sure about that?
Aren't you having fun, guys?
Fuck you.
course, if we bug out now, they already know where Colophon is, and they'll probably take it anyway.
Well, we can use the tunnels to attempt to hold choke points.
This just became a really complicated situation.
Yeah, this. How long have you been waiting for this, Fripp?
Yes.
Probably since about the time that they were about to invade the Colophon.
So the last time you guys were here, the elder did some inquiring about what you were, Denoch, because you reminded him of a creature, and it was very much of a like, I am concerned. And then he had an idea. And ever since then, he is one of the corpse of a dragon. So, that bit I've been sitting on since whenever the last time you were here was. In terms of, like, the deal and agreements and things like that, a lot of that I'm flying by the seat of my pants on, because
well, mostly just...
You also have to remember,
wanting a dragon.
I am not a diplomatic person when it comes to, like, my roleplay. My roleplay is give me what I want and I won't break your face in. When people tell me no, I tend to break their face in. So, again, as when I roleplay. So,
I mean,
also
it makes
have
sense considering you're always barbarian, or try to be.
And so my literal design plan for these for most counters, they are social, and I will roleplay them as such. But 9 times out of 10, I have some more plans for things to go tits up, and have about like plans for combat rather than diplomacy.
Yeah.
So, if you agree to the elders' response, then that'll
We'll
be
do
that.
it.
And Cardin is okay with staying behind with his brother?
Yeah, I think he is.
I don't think Denoch's okay with...
Well, he more so
Maybe.
wants to get his brother out.
Mm-hmm. Well, you and your brother are gonna stay until the party returns, at which point you will be free. The two of you will be free to go with them when they leave.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, but you're also staying in their tender care, which could involve the exact same thing that happened to your brother.
It may be dead, buddy.
Now, I do realize by agreeing to this, I essentially just throw Cardin and his brother and Valinar all under a bus.
I will say it is technically possible to do all of this in the same time period. Like I said, I need to double check my calendar, which I can actually do now because I have it open in one of these folders here. Yeah,
Technically speaking.
I am correct.
Technically
There's
speaking,
56 days in a month.
Yeah.
He gave you half of that, which means you guys have
28 days. About
28 days.
Yeah. So about 4 weeks time.
Which is
Yeah, but about 10 days will be pure travel.
Which means we would essentially have to we would have to go straight to Valinar's island.
Sure.
Rescue his mentor. And then go do the side quest to come back later. Right?
I was also not expecting you guys to kind of be like, oh, we know where a dragon is. We're gonna go. Okay, we know where a dragon is. We're gonna go, murderize it and return and do and you know, get the thing that we need for DNOC and for this thing and all these
All
other
at the same
things.
time.
Yeah.
You know,
The only complicated part, though, is assuming we slay it, how are we going to get its corpse down here?
Also,
That is a
assuming we
problem.
intend to actually fight it.
That's also true.
Oh. Hang on. Let me see something here. I think I have
Because
an
Denoch,
idea.
okay, when Denoch finished talking, ideas formed of
Buddy, come back here.
getting the dragon pissed off at the Elder.
Which would make it willing to come with us so I could teleport it.
Well, not only that, get it coming down, wings flared, maw of flame, and ready to nuke.
Yeah.
With us supporting the dragon.
He did say dead or alive, preferably alive. So so we find this dragon, we have a conversation with it because dragons are actually intelligent creatures.
And considering this is a
And
platinum
very prideful.
or platinum aligned, considering did we ever get confirmation it was an actual platinum dragon? Or was it
Yes,
just...
I do believe so. Because
Okay.
we were told we were told we need a platinum dragon scale and where to find it.
Well, we were told where to find the scale. We don't know if this dragon is platinum or if it just likes to collect other dragons' scale.
Guess we'll find out. But either way, if we can convince it, yes, that would certainly make this a lot easier. And then we could just be like, bloop, hey, look, we brought you a dragon.
By the way, it's a little angry.
So,
Rock!
so
I think that would be fantastic.
you guys are in agreement to the plan. So, we're gonna go
Well,
ahead.
if Arden is okay with...
I already said he's okay with it.
Okay.
It makes it easier on blind, in all honesty. So, we will. No! Please stop crying. We're gonna be. Hey, it's fine for right now. We are gonna be 1 minute. Okay. Okay, that's fine. So with that, you guys agree to the Elder's deal. Katya is welcomed up the stairs at the back of the room. I will kind of scroll down.
And here's the other
To-
bad idea here.
He is welcomed and invited
She?
up. Sorry, they are welcomed and invited up by themselves to effectively meet with the Elder to learn what must be done for the place of power to take effect.
Okay.
And I will describe that next time.
Okay. Good.
And like I said, we're going to end the session there tonight, guys. And because it is way over time, I have two very tired children because neither one of them will sleep. We are going to go. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. Stay safe. Good night.
At all.
Good night.